The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio, sponsored by the University of Phoenix. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sally Harrison, the president and CEO of the Mesa Chamber. And today in the podcast studio, I have our friends Michael and Michaela from Red Wing Shoe Company. Hey, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. So tell us a little bit about Red Wing Shoe Company.
Red Wing Shoe Company is the largest shoe manufacturer in America, based in Red Wing, Minnesota. They have been in business for over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
Starting in 1905.
Nice.
We have been partnered with Red Wing for the last 18 years here in the Valley, and we have 3 of the top performing stores.
That's wonderful. Well, I understand that you're a dealer of Red Wing shoes. How many locations do you own? And talk about where they're located.
We have 3 locations in the East Valley.
Okay.
One is in East Phoenix. One is in Gilbert, and our newest location is in Mesa, Riverview.
At Riverview. Okay.
Yes.
Where are you in Riverview?
It's south of Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, great. That's a great location, right off the 101 and 202.
Correct.
Very easy for people to get to.
And then we have our mobile truck, which we consider as our 4th store.
Okay. Well, talk more about your mobile truck and explain what that is exactly.
Okay. Our mobile truck is what I'd like to think is more of our store on wheels.
Okay.
So we can go to any business, any work location, and we offer the same services as we would in the store. On-site fitting, 24/7 availability.
Wow, that's cool. So do you have a representation of all of your stock within your truck? I mean, how do you manage that?
We can take anything to the site. So it would kind of be depicted based on what the company that we're visiting that day is interested in. We've done truck events from our top line, which is our heritage collection, down to, our work boots, safety toe, specific to, like mining companies, for example, with more protection on top of the foot and the toe.
Very cool.
So everything in between.
That's great. Talk about what sets your operation apart from other Red Wing stores.
I think there are many things that set us apart, truly. 5 key points that I would probably say. We have a brand new digital measuring system that allows for a little bit more in-depth knowledge of the foot and your foot. Our customer service, we lead the region in customer care and experience. We truly take pride in that.
That's great, because I see sometimes when you're out, customer service is just not what I guess my parents' generation would have expected, and I think some people, it's just the norm now to not get that customer service that you would want and expect and should get when you're out and you're shopping or dining or whatever it might be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're family owned and operated, so we really try to create that environment and cultivate that spirit of you're part of the family. You're on our team. You're not an employee or a staff member. So driving that customer care is definitely something that we look for in instilling that.
That's great. So I hear you also have somebody that can help with your Spanish-speaking clients.
Correct.
Yeah. Talk about that.
Each location has 1 or more Spanish-speaking associate on every shift. And that really has brought a new customer base to our stores. We've always had Spanish-speaking customers, but not being a Spanish-speaking person myself, that fit and comfort level and reassurance is hindered where we don't want to guess. We want to make sure that they're coming to us and they're getting the service that they deserve.
Well, that's wonderful considering our community. We have, that demographic, so that's great. Red Wing's always been known for comfort and durability. I mean, I know that. I've seen it when I've been in a store, which has been a long time, but I have. What do you do to stay current and competitive with today's market?
We have a master cobbler on site, which allows us to have a quicker turnaround on minor repairs and things that need to be fixed in-house.
Wow.
Our UFX fitting system allows the customer to select their level of comfort and durability that they're looking for. Red Wing has partnered with Superfeet Technology, which is our digital fitting system that I had mentioned earlier, and that really has changed the course of how we do business, giving the customer more information and really customizing that and taking it away from your average shoe store.
Wow. Yeah, I've never heard of any of this stuff. It's really awesome.
Technology's come a long way.
No kidding, for shoes. I mean, who would have thought, right? Well, I've heard about the different options that you offer to companies who need safety shoes for their employees. How does this work? How does the company sign up? How do they get involved with this kind of specialized thing that you're doing?
You can call our stores, any one of our 3 locations, or you can email in, and we will get your contact information. Russ is our industrial accounts coordinator. He will coordinate and contact you and assist you in every way of setting up the program and customize it for your company needs.
Very cool. Well, who would be your ideal customer?
Truly, it's someone who's making a living on their feet.
Okay.
Working 5 to 6 days a week or however many days you choose, including, men and women from self-employed to working in a large company.
Okay.
We can support their feet and continue their comfort level throughout.
So it's not just, because I think Red Wing, I think boots, I think people in manufacturing, it's not just them. It could be nurses, it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay. So anybody that's on their feet, you have that different line of apparel for feet.
Correct.
Okay.
When I meet someone new, I often say, think of a trade. And whatever the first thing that pops into your head, probably pretty close to guaranteed we have a footwear for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Whether you're men or women, I like to think that we fit America's working people.
All right. Well, speaking of, you're really involved in the community, I hear. How do you give back to your community?
We do many things for our communities.
Okay.
The one that I'm most honored to be part of is our annual Veterans Boot Trade-In Program.
Oh, I am intrigued by this. Tell me more.
Annually, we hold a trade-in event where customers can bring in a gently used or even new pair of boots, and we match their donation of the boot with a dollar amount, and then that is in turn donated to organizations here in the Valley.
Wow.
2 that we work really well with are the Justice Center and a New Leaf men's shelter.
That's fantastic.
Work to get veterans back on their feet.
I love that. That's fantastic. We'll have to make sure that we help you get that word out through our Veterans Committee. Talk about, again, where your stores are located.
East Phoenix, 40th Street in Thomas. So that would be 3937 East Thomas Road. Our newest location, which is Mesa Riverview, so right here. And that is going to be 929 North Dobson Road, so just south of Bass Pro Shop and Cracker Barrel. Our Gilbert location is on Higley and Pecos, and that would be 3126 South Higley Road.
Okay. And your web address?
Would be redwingshoes.com.
Okay.
And then there's Find a Store.
Well, thanks again for coming in today. We appreciate it. And we will make sure that we get out to Red Wing and check out your footwear now that we know that it's not just boots.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.